What's up guys, it's me RC back on another video, and today this is the part 2 of reading my old comics. If you haven't seen the first part, it is up on my channel, obviously. If you came from that video, welcome back. I'm recording this exactly after, but right after I was done recording, I was like, I was not prepared for this. So I got my next 2 series out. The final series is in there because it is huge, and I'm saving the best for the last. So, first up in the comics is actually not a comic. It's our sponsor, Raid Shadow. I'm just kidding. I don't have a sponsor. Anyways, it is these little things. I made 2 of them. Well, I found 2 of them. It is The Strange Case of Origami Yoda and Lego Indiana Jones DS. You might be wondering, what is this, Ryan? I forgot about these. Oh my gosh, these are awesome. I don't know why. I just love them so much. So here's the front. Strange Case of Origami Yoda. As you can see, you open it up. And I drew my own DS. Because as a kid, I did not have a DS. I got a DS 2-3 years ago. So I did not grow up with the DS. So when I went over to my cousin's house, they had the DS, and I played on their DS when they would let me. So I just drew my own DS. And obviously, this is not what a DS looks like. There's no start button and home button at the bottom. The things are, but that is what I remember from my from seeing my cousin's DS. And so I drew Boba Fett, Origami Yoda, and Darth Vader, and I would just, in the middle of class, I'd just randomly just do that. I made this during school. And so I just randomly just do this for no reason. I used my imagination, and on the phone, on the back, there was a phone. Because I didn't have my own phone until 8th grade. So anyways, this one is exactly the same. I remember playing, oops, my bad. This one's a lot nicer than the other one because 1 is not crinkled up like this, and 2, it has a it doesn't have a, it has the D-pad, but it doesn't have the control analog stick or whatever you call it. This one is in the triangular diamond shape, and it has start, reset, home. I don't know why I said restart. I don't know. I had a Wii, which had a restart button. Speaking of the Wii, I loved Indiana Jones, Lego Indiana Jones on the Wii, so that's what this is based off of. The Temple of Doom, I think, or maybe, I don't know, whatever. But it's still, oh, I think I did make another one. I made another one of these with the Temple of Doom on the front. But anyways, that took 3 minutes, and I wish it didn't. Anyways, not my favorite comic series, but it is really, really good because I like it. Electrostatism. I made sure that this was not a real comic. This is my own brain working. Alright. So, Electrostatism. The attack of the flame-throwing slug. And as you can see, I did a lot of attention to detail on this. There's a TV with a dresser. There's a computer. There's an alert. Let's go. And then the ground opens up, and they go in their epic Cybertruck. This was made in maybe 2017, 2016 even. I don't know, but it was before Cybertruck was made or anything else, and the help, and then they jump out of the car or whatever, and boom! It's a tiny little flame-throwing slug, and here is how I got this design right here. The flamethrower was my own idea. However, I just grabbed a piece of paper. Well, this is Batman, but I grabbed a piece of paper, and I just randomly started folding. And I finally came up, I finally came up with this, and was like, what does this look like? And I was like, oh, it kind of looks like Batman holding a cape like this. And so, I folded that piece of paper. I lost it, but I folded it, and it looked like a slug. And I was like, That's pretty cool. And so, in my course books, in my notebooks for class, I would draw the flamethrowing slug, which was originally going to be for starfighters, which I showed in my first video. I'll show my school books later, but let's see if... Yeah, no, it's under my bed and somewhere else. But anyways, I was originally going to have the flamethrowing slug in the Starfighter series. However, I was like, that doesn't really fit with Star Wars. Well, I mean, it kind of does. But you know what? I just wanted this to be its own thing. I put a flamethrower on it, and boom, he shoots them, and it flies away. They laugh, and then, oh yeah, my bad. Then he shoots fire, and it breaks. And he's like, oh. And then shoots him, boom, falls into a nuclear power plant, and then gets ginormous. And that is the first episode, well, the first part. And then he's just giant, and then the news guy, he has a blank face all the time, which I thought was really, really funny, but I could never get the face right, so, but I just thought it was super funny when this guy just wouldn't blink. He would just have a random expression. And as you can see, CNN is the channel. When I made this, I was like, what would be a cool news channel name? Cool News Network. So I did CNN, and then I looked up CNN, and I realized it was a real news network, and I was like, oh well, this works. And I had no idea that it was an actual news channel until I looked it up, and luckily it works, because it's Cool News Network. Anyways, oh right, attention to detail is what I strive for. So as you can see, as they're running away from the flames, this one has a little face. And so, the first thing in the next comic is, remember the flame with the face? Well, that thing got big, and then it started burning the whole city. And, boom. The city's in chaos. All because of a tiny little flame. And the end of the last part that I wrote was, the new squirt bottle can get rid of nuclear fire. And that is what the nuclear fire was. And that is how the Electrostatism bros would eventually defeat him. However, I never finished this series because I had schoolwork and such. So, sadly, I never finished it. However, I will draw more, and I will elaborate on this series more, and I've already been recording for 8 minutes, and this next series is so gosh darn big. It is The Adventures of Origami Yoda. I read the book, The Strange Case of Origami Yoda, Darth Paper Strikes Back, all those. I loved them so much, and so I drew a comic about all of them. So, first off, I have many episode 1s. I have four episode 1s, and I have no clue which one is the real one, because, I have 2 episode 2s, I have 2 episode 3s, 2 episode 4s. I have just, it's all over the place. It's crazy. So I have no idea. I'm going to rewrite this, rewrite the first few, because after a while, it just goes perfect. It perfectly aligns, and everything is fine. But the first few comics are just everywhere. So basically, it's just random stuff that Origami Yoda does. So, well, here's the first one. It's not very good, but, because it doesn't really fit with the rest of the story. But here's Yoda, here's Darth Paper. He jumps into the gunship, and then they fly away. And then they always go to Tatooine, because they always meet Han Solo, which is lucky, because all of the second parts go to Mos Eisley and meet Han Solo and stuff, so at least that part's connected. Anyways, on the back of every single Origami Yoda thing I did how to fold a certain person from the comic. And usually it was fold left, fold right, fold down. That was it. And then draw something. And so, exceptions are Darth Vader and Origami Yoda, which you have to fold the ears and the mask. However, eventually, it gets really good. Hold up. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I'd also draw in Yoda's green skin. So there would just be random green blotches everywhere, which was pretty cool. Anyways, here we go. I don't know how, but somehow I got with Anakin. And remember those cyborgs from the last comic? This is what I was talking about. I'd always have a cyborg in here somewhere. I don't know why. I just love cyborgs. Cyborgs were really cool. And so, boom. There is the actual Anakin Skyborg. I just made that up right now. But anyways, as you can see, I taped on his extra hands, and then his hair. And so basically, this is what it was. It's just folding twice, and then drawing, and then taping on the extra stuff, like Leia's hair things. Here's Luke Skywalker, which was a little bit more elaborate. You had to, like, actually fold the back of his head. Here was the Origami Yoda. Here's his lightsaber. This was actually from a Origami Star Wars book. This was from the actual Strange Case of Origami Yoda. Here was the Yoda that I drew in most of the comics until he got a cool change of uniform. This was Jabba the Hutt, which also got from the actual book. Here is an Ewok, which my friend Gabe Gocher, you know him from the channel, he made this. And here is, oh my gosh, I hated this fold. It took so long to do. As you can see, the back is very elaborate. It got so long to do, and I'd always mess up the ears. Somehow I'd always mess up the ears. So that's why I only have 2 perfect Origami Yoda folds. And even this one has weird ears. And so this one I made out of a green note card, but the ears are just horrible. Oh my gosh, I hated them. Oh well. But yes, I would fold origami during class. It was so much fun. I loved elementary school because I'd fold in class. Also, this is from, I don't know, maybe a library thing, but it was pretty cool. There was like a bunch of stuff, and then you could make your own Star Wars name. If you want to make your own Star Wars name, just pause the video right here. Anyways, oh man, I made so many of these. My friend Gabe Gocher also made one for me. This was his. Well, this is just Darth Vader. It's not Darth Paper. But, hold on. Here's one he made me. He made me this one, from Darth Paper to Ryan. And so it would just be a whole battle, and then he'd draw his own. And I made one for him as well. Oh, wait, hold on. We gotta show the Origami Yoda Christmas exclusive, which is, Yoda is decorating, and he makes a thing. Then Darth Vader comes. And this was this is when I was younger, so I still believed, Santa was in it. And then, Santa's coming. Santa? Yeah, he gives presents to good boys. And he's like, I'm not a bad boy. And then he's like, no, you're a good boy because you didn't fight me, bro. And so he's like, yay. And then Santa's coming on the back. Yep, I was younger. Anyways, I need to show where. Well, I made one for Gabe, but I don't know where it went. Anyways, it would be really weird because I'd put it on like this parchment paper, and it's really thin, so I'm really scared if I accidentally rip it. But anyways, yeah, man. All of this stuff, look at all this. I drew all of this, mostly all of it during class. During like 5th grade, because the teachers didn't really care. But anyways, those two are the two that I like a lot, but are not my favorite, because my favorite, I've been recording for 15 minutes. This one's going to take a while, but you know what? Screw it. We can make it. If you want, you can pause, take a